Now look at the next date, February 20th. This is what we're prepping for today, so that you have a long time to work on this, because a lot of you are doing this for honors credit. So honors students especially, I need you to pay attention. Don't worry if you can't see it. It's in your hard copy, it's on It's Learning, it's in your email. You all will do the Pride and Prejudice movie review. Now there are many Pride and Prejudice movies, so it's going to be essential that you know which one, and that is posted in your information, and I'll remind you on It's Learning. But it's Keira Knightley, and I love her. She does a fantastic job with this heroine of Pride and Prejudice. Now there's a much older one, and Darcy, who is the male main hero, he is performed by Colin Firth, and he's fantastic. But I didn't think you wanted to watch that version because it's like 4.5 hours long. So if you find that you love the movie and love the book, you will love that old movie. But I mean, it's nobody beats Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy, but that's not the one that you'll do. So Keira Knightley, it's short, it's beautiful, and you'll get a little taste of it here in a few minutes. So who all is doing the Pride and Prejudice movie review? Who all is required to do the Pride and Prejudice? Everyone. Now, honors students, in addition to that, you will actually be reading Pride and Prejudice. You want to read it before you watch the movie, because I promise you, it'll help the movie be better, because you'll already kind of have that experience. And I don't want the movie to be too much a plot spoiler for a novel of that length. So you have a folder due that I'm going to show you in a second what the requirements are for that. It's all kinds of little exercises that you'll do with Pride and Prejudice. In addition, honors students, you will have an objective test over Pride and Prejudice that next week after our February 20th meeting. So you pick a day. You can come before school or you can come after school, anytime that week. But that's the one, I mean, if you think SparkNotes got you through with an essay test, they will not help you survive the objective test. You're going to have to read it with great attention. Yes.
Can we take a review the test early?
Why would you want to?
Because over Christmas break I won't have as many assignments due as I will during normal school review time.
So this is, so you want to read it now but then be tested before you forget everything. I can live with that.
Wait, Ms. Cepho,
yes.
What do you mean by objective test?
I mean like multiple choice questions. And then that time we'll have these two lectures, Tennyson and Wordsworth. There are not major assessments connected with those guys. It's more I want you here, I want you learning who they are so that things we see in England make sense. But the only assessments coming up anytime soon are the Much Ado About Nothing movie review for January the 9th, Pride and Prejudice movie review for February 20th, and then the honors folder due on the 20th and test due one day that week or earlier. I also wanted to remind you at the bottom of this, it tells you about an extra credit opportunity. Christmas Carol is now showing at Shakespeare Tavern in downtown Atlanta. It is the best production of Christmas Carol I've ever seen. It's very unique. It's filled with godly music. It's just a few actors who keep changing parts by putting on a hat or a scarf. It's the story we all have come to know and cherish as, you know, kind of a great story of Christmas and the Christmas spirit and all of that kind of thing. Redemption, forgiveness, it's really special. But if you get a chance to go see that, you get 2 points extra credit on top of your final grade in this course.
Wait,
so if you were borderline, like a 78, it would push you to an 80, or an 88, it would push you to a 90. Listen, that's not your only option. There are other things that you could ask about or that I will allow. This tells you, for instance, the Georgia Renaissance Festival that happens in the spring, that's an option for you. You can only do one thing. I mean, you can do more, but you only get 2 points credit. You could go to Medieval Times dinner theater. You could take a jousting course.
where is that?
There are multiple jousting places in Atlanta.
Of course. We don't go to jousting.
recording, and I hate for them just to be listening to each other. Okay. So those are lots of options for you to get some extra credit in case you weren't as focused early in this process as you should have been. When you go to these things, you would need to keep your ticket and program, and then you would write up a one-page review of your experience. So that's your evidence. You are welcome also to take selfies of yourself there. I mean, whatever is strong evidence that you were there in addition to a review. But that's a really nice thing for those of you who have had some lower test grades. Now, going back to It's Learning, that was the academic calendar. That's the sketchy outline of here's what's due when. Now this one is the most important one. And it says academic overview and assignment resources, such as movie review. Okay, this is everything. It talks you through all that you have to do and gives you whatever handouts you need to do it. So remember, I showed you this the first meeting. This is the author. Here's the work that we're studying or who they are. Here's the assessment, movie reviews, and down here, these are just for honors. But the starred movie reviews are for everybody, but I needed to connect them to those authors. The weights are listed on the next page. So you can see like reading assessments are 30%, movie reviews are 20%, portfolio is 20%. If you've been slacking with your portfolio, catch up over Christmas break. You won't have any assignments in other classes, I don't think. And so it's a good time to make sure all those questions and answers and lecture notes and all of that, because those will be collected for a major grade while we're on tour, everything that you've done for the year. So you don't want to get behind in that. Now, attached to this document, here's the directions for the Pride and Prejudice Honors Only folder, such as a 50-word précis, which is just a summary, copying passages and explaining their significance, creating a creative personal response, researching some websites, writing essay questions but not answers. It's not difficult, but you need to plan time for it. So that's why I'm giving you 2.5 months to do this. Yes, ma'am?
Are those options, or do we have to do all of this?
It's all of them.
Okay.
It
It's
all
just
goes in a
honors.
folder, just honors. Yes, ma'am?
The 50-word précis, is that like the same kind of précis as Word wants, or is it just a summary?
This is just a summary. I'm not sure how she defines it, but 50 words is very specific. It cannot be one word under or over. Exactly 50-word summary. Then at the back 2 pages, this is your movie review again. So you will need to keep printing it out every time you have a movie review due. Any questions over the academic requirements? Yes?
So we don't have to read much to about nothing?
Right.
Can you go up to the C.S. Lewis thing? Like, what was that all about? It said.
Well, I'm not going to overwhelm you with information right now, but you will be reading a very short Great Divorce, and those are the requirements for that.
Okay.
But
It says
that will
like
not be
multi-model.
Yeah, it's basically a creative arts project.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, you have this page and something to write with.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're gonna need that as we watch an 8-minute video, and then I give you a short lecture.